Okay, wait, maybe not have the pizza.
Oh, I was gonna eat it. Okay.
Oh, you want to eat while we do this?
No, I think you're probably right.
Let's just warm it up.
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, you moved.
Oh, yeah. I'll just.
Yeah, move back. Okay, hello, welcome to this episode of Two Chicks and a Pod.
Yeah, we don't really have a
topic.
topic.
We're gonna talk.
yeah.
Well,
we have one topic, but I mean, we're not probably gonna talk about it for 20 minutes. But
no, but we'll see. We'll just dive right in.
We'll dive in. And I don't know what's been going on lately, but the brain fog has been real. Have you been feeling that lately?
Not any more than usual, to be totally honest. Like, my brain's always a fog.
Oh, man. Lately, it's been like my brain is like a hamster on a wheel, just going
Pregnant.
and going.
Just kidding.
No, I'm not pregnant.
JK.
Nature has told me I am not. Recently. No, I'm like, honestly, like I went off birth control in April, I think. And I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure, like, I had some weird things happen when I went off the pill, but, like, I wonder if, like, that's part of it. My body's still adjusting to not being pumped full of foreign hormones.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Like, that's weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, like, I don't know. Today it was really hard to focus. Like, I just couldn't think about anything for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I was, like, just kind of thinking about other things. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
but
I find, like, too, like, it's been really slow at work, and I don't do well when it's slow. Like, my brain, I feel like that also has an impact on it. Like, it's like I lag. Like, doing nothing all day is worse than being busy all day.
Oh, 100%.
Like, the day goes by super slow. You don't feel like you've been productive. Like, I've been doing some training and stuff, but I mean, when you have no customers to
talk to
and like actually like put your training into action, it's hard.
Yeah.
And so now, like, I find like my brain fog has been just like, it's like I want to get all this stuff out at once, but then it's just like, oh.
Well, one of the...
And I'm trying super hard not to use filler words anymore. So there's that.
One of the side effects of a certain shot is brain fog, but yeah, I don't know if that wouldn't affect you, but also a symptom of that illness has been said to be brain fog now, so who knows?
Wow.
Who knows, man?
Who the heck knows, and who know? Like, I mean, to even talk to your doctor nowadays, like, fuck, good luck.
Yeah, like
without getting prescribed something.
I love getting my news from a very specific YouTuber named Tim Pool. He is a milquetoast fence sitter, but that's why I like him, because he talks about both sides of everything. Like, he doesn't like hurrah, hurrah for one side or hurrah, hurrah for the other. I really like that about him, so I always go to him for the news because I trust him. And he always says, like, he'll talk about the shot, but he'll always end it with, like, but talk to your doctor. Like, I am in no way a medical professional, so talk to your doctor. But, like, what happens when you talk to your doctor and they give you a political answer to a medical question? Like, that's fucked up.
Well, I think that we're really going to start seeing a turn of events here, and I think a lot of more people are going to start speaking up now that they're making it a mandate or trying to make it a mandate to go to school at the U of S. And I was talking to a lady, and her husband is an actual doctor, and they were trying to mandate it for the healthcare workers. And she said that you're going to see a lot of people standing up. And it's scary because, like, what if all of a sudden a bunch of people start quitting their jobs because of this? You know, like, that's going to leave us a big hole.
Dude, there's a TikTok trend right now that I saw. Somebody shared, I forget who. Amanda Wilcox. She follows us on Two Chicks and a Pod.
She's good stuff.
She posts incredible, informative stuff. But she posted about, like, she posted all these TikToks of nurses, like, making TikToks out of, like this one nurse was doing a dance, like, you know, and it's to kind of a sad song, but the caption said, leaving my job today after 15 years because the thing was mandated. And then there was another one where it was another lady making a really cool TikTok out of cleaning off her office, and it was so sad, and she's taking like these thank you notes off her bulletin board, and she's putting all her paper clips in a bag, and she too was leaving nursing after 20 years because of this mandate. And so I just want to ask, like, all the soon-to-be nurses, like, actually just the other day ran into a friend who said she's taking her LPN, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, they're, you know, all these nurses are quitting, so you're going to swoop in and take a job. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly my plan. I was like, oh, cool. You know, like, yeah, like, I mean, if you're fully that and you want to be that, I guess the door's open for you. But it's really sad for all these long-term healthcare workers that are leaving healthcare. Like, doesn't anybody else find that fucking very troubling? Like, I don't want, like, so now we're going to go to a hospital and it's going to be all these first-year nurses? Like, where's all the experience gone because of a mandate? That's scary.
It is scary. And I, like, when I say, like, you know, all these people are going to start standing up for themselves, like, I don't necessarily think we're just going to wake up and everybody's going to be quit or fired or anything like that. But because there's definitely a lot of people that are for the vaccine, but there's also a lot of doctors that I feel are sitting on the fence that don't really want to end this, and then the mandate's really going to push them to what side they want to actually be on. Like, we have a couple of local doctors that were pretty vocal about how they felt, and then all of a sudden, like, they were against it, and then something switched, and now they're promoting it. But I mean, we all know that Big Pharma has their hands buried deep in their pockets, so
yeah. So I have a friend with a doctor in town where this specific doctor, every time my friend went to the appointment, it was he would, like, you know, pull his mask off and joke about the whole thing, and I hope this is over soon, this is so ridiculous, hey, make sure you don't get that shot, and yeah, this should be over soon. Like 2 months later, that same doctor wrote this big Facebook post about how everybody needs to follow the restrictions and everybody needs to go get the shot. And it's like, bro, what did they do to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know that because I know one of his patients, but like, like, it's getting creepy out here.
And it's scary that, like, that doctors can flip like that, because
like, it's obvious to me anyway that, like,
the data hasn't changed drastically. Like, if anything, there's more and more data coming out suggesting that the vaccine isn't protecting you as much as you think it's protecting you, and that you're actually spreading more because of it, because you're not getting the symptoms.
Yeah, like in Gibraltar, which is a country that has 116% like fully vax rate, they are dealing with a huge surge in variants. So,
but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, you can't blame the unvaxxed on that. Like, come on, let's go. And where else was there? There was another. Oh, Sydney. This is a good one. I wrote this down, actually.
Australia?
Sydney, Australia. They went on the news. Sydney, Australia, 141 people in hospital with COVID, and 140 of them are fully 2-dose vaxxed, and one person had just 1 dose. So 95% of the hospitalizations in Sydney, Australia last week were people who were fully vaxxed. So it's very creepy.
I mean, if people are going to say, well, the variants are coming from the unvaccinated people, no, they're not.
In fact, there's a study that shows that that's not the case. Like,
yeah, and this lady that I was talking to, their husband's a doctor. He's been doing a lot of studying himself, and he's saying that the science isn't matching up. Like, yeah, COVID's real. It's a real virus, but it's not the restrictions and the mandates and everything. They just don't add up. And talking to people that actually work in the hospitals, like people that I know personally that work in the hospital, said that, you know, it was all this, like, they're gearing up for COVID, and then the restrictions came out in March, and then it was a ghost town. and that they were unable to test for anything but COVID. They were only allowed to test for COVID, and now they're allowed to test for other things, but they have to get it approved first.
That's like,
and like,
that
even
makes
like
no sense.
It makes no sense. And what really doesn't make sense to me is like, I looked on like, so Lloyd has like this thing where I'm just gonna look it up here. I'm gonna look at this too real quick because I keep getting the name of it wrong.
Yeah, and also if you
RSV. So like, they had like a crazy outbreak of RSV before COVID, and then COVID hit, and then they weren't allowed to test for RSV anymore. So like, where did it go? It was there. It's a respiratory infection that infants get. Kids. Yeah. And the other thing that did I save it? The COVID positivity rate. Now they're coming out with like graph showing how many people tested positive and how many people were vaccinated, and basically if you were unvaccinated, because there was an increased COVID in town, and if you're vaccinated and were there, you don't have to do anything, but if you're unvaccinated, you do. But it's been proven that vaccinated people can still carry COVID, so you have the vaccinated people running around feeling like they're bulletproof when really they're not.
Yeah, it's the same with the masking. Like, you think,
and then they're putting out these like these charts are just going to cause more segregation and more division and more just awfulness. Yeah.
Like, personally, I don't care if you got it or not. Like, who cares? Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I just want it to be done with. Like, can we just, but it's not going to be done with until.
And it's like, yeah, I got to do some more like researching, because I've been looking at numbers and doing the calculations myself. And, like, we're acting like it's a plague when you have a 90, I've been doing it for each country. Their
survival rates.
Survival rates are like, what the frickin' frick.
Also, if you want to look into the variants and see some really good info videos on that, go to WHF_official. That's What's Her Face Official. She's a Canadian girl who is always making incredible videos. You probably have heard of her already if you agree with anything that we're talking about right now. But, yeah. Look at this girl doing research.
Yeah, like,
all it takes is some research, you guys.
Yeah, like, India has, like, if you contract COVID, you have a 98.66% chance of living, and that was India when they had the crazy Delta variant going through and people were dying in the streets.
Which
when really their pictures weren't of people dying in the streets, that was from a different incident that happened years ago.
And also, nobody's talking about how India defeated the Delta variant, which was by the use of ivermectin. Like, hello.
And if you're like part of like the whole population, it was 99.97% survival rate. Like, what? And like, India is not like, it's not a rich country by any means, and it's probably there's 1.3, almost 1.4 billion people in that country, and it would be extremely condensed, and they only had 32 million of COVID cases and 429,000 deaths, whereas the United States has 331 million people. They've had 36 million COVID cases and 617,000 deaths. Like, things aren't adding up here.
Yeah, and because what that really shows is that there were way more severely unhealthy people in the United States.
You want to hit me with those facts too? This is Canada's, and we know the States is worse. But in Canada, 7.3 million adults are obese and 9.9 million adults are overweight. So that's 20, and this is from 2018. And so I've been looking at studies from like 1990s and the early 2000s, and they were talking about how obesity is a pandemic and how it's on the rise. So this was 2018. Now that we've had lockdowns, these rates are going to go even higher. So 63% of Canadians in 2018, so that's 3 years ago now, have increased health risk due to excess weight.
Now,
and that's Canada, so you know the United States is even worse.
and this is where I have such a problem with the body positivity, because yes, girl, you look good in the bathing suit, but you should still be trying to lose that weight for your fucking health. Take it seriously.
Yeah, you know, and it's, you know, like, we're not saying that you can't wear the clothes. We're not saying that. We're not trying to shame you, but, you know, love yourself. Of course, love yourself, but love yourself enough to respect your body to help it. And, like, that's another thing, too, is, like, the body positivity thing, like, is, like, it's just basically accepting yourself, accepting it and being like, well, you know, I'm fat and that's it. And, you know, I'm going to be happy about it. And I'm going to wear what I want. And I'm going to eat what I want. And I want to do what I want. Yeah. And, like, that's fine. Yeah. But, like, you're the risk to the healthcare system.
You're training yourself to think positively about your shittiness. Like, I feel, really. Like, body positivity is just lying about, like, it's saying something that's bad is good. Pretty much. Like, it's not okay to be overweight and, like, obese. Like, it's just...
like, whatever. Be happy. And, like, and that's the thing. Like, people say, like, yeah, you should go to the gym because you want to feel good and this and that. Yeah, you should want to feel good. And it does feel good. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your joints. It's good for your muscles. It's good for your mobility. It's good for tons of things other than the way you look. But let's be real. When you lose weight and when you're looking your best, when you're looking fit, you're feeling fit, you're looking good, you feel good. You do good. Better. Yes. Your confidence goes up.
Your mental health is good because you think, oh yeah, look at her. I'm
and you can notice, like, you can notice the change in people. And that's, like, you know, like, and these people, you know, when you follow their timelines and you can see when they're doing healthy and they're doing good, they're glowing, they look good, they look happy. They have pride in themselves. And then you can see when they go switch from that and they gain their weight back because they weren't doing it in a sustainable way. They were fad dieting or whatever and not actually, like, you know, getting the steps in there and working on their fitness. And you can see when they gain their weight back. And when the problem is like, a lot of people too blame their weight issues on hormones, thyroids, problems. There's a million different ones. And the more I dive into obesity is you have these problems because you are overweight. You're not overweight because of the problem. These problems came and now you have to do twice as much work to lose the weight and keep the weight off. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand that there are certain aspects and certain things like that, like you have something wrong with you and you gain weight because of it. But I mean, let's stop using those as excuses.
But everybody can do something. Like, whether it's, you know...
You have to be consistent, and it's hard work.
It is hard work. And that's the thing that, like, people don't want to do the work. People want to go to Mexico, get surgery. People want to, you know, go on a 30-day fad diet.
They want to hide behind the body positivity movement so that they can get together with all their friends and feel good about themselves being overweight.
Yeah. And also, like, people are probably going to think that this is bullying. And it's like... Bro.
It's not. It's stating facts that obesity is a pandemic in itself.
Facts don't care about your feelings. And the fact is, being obese is super bad for you.
It's super unhealthy.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's just, it's a, you know, it's not fat shaming either. And, like, I get it. Like, yeah, some people are bigger boned and they're going to be thicker and they're going to be curvier. I understand that. And I'm not saying that you have to be stick skinny. I'm not saying that you have to be super thin. But you can definitely tell when someone's just overweight and someone that's, you know, trying to put in the work.
Yeah, and I've never been, like, I was maybe pushing 200 pounds at my heaviest. And, you know, I felt like shit. I thought I looked like shit, you know. Sometimes I would be like, oh, doesn't care what you look like as long as how you feel on the inside. But I knew that I was hurting inside because I looked bad on the outside. And, you know, there were years where I thought I would never be able to, like, because I used to be a girl who would, like, 3 plates at the buffet. Like, but, you know, it took some really, like, and granted, I did it the wrong way. I kind of went fully anorexic and then bounced back to health. But, you know, it took a lot of hard work to be as healthy as I am now. And so that's why I know that, you know, anybody is capable of it. Because I used to think I wasn't capable of it either. But if you keep fucking sitting in that victim mindset of like, I'll never be able to reach these goals, well, yeah, you won't if you think like that. So think about it.
Yeah, and again, like your beauty isn't defined by your size, but your health is.
Mm-hmm. Your health is 100. Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's like the message that we're trying to get across. We're not fat shaming you. We're just saying take accountability for your health, so that the people that are taking accountability for the health don't have to suffer and get things forced on them that they don't want.
Yeah, and don't complain about things related to your health if you're not willing to make changes to better your health. Like, hello, like,
yeah, you're the sole reason you're in that position.
Well, I can't believe we talked about like all of that this whole time, because like we gotta end it now. Yeah. So thanks for being here. Listen, I gotta remind you, like our posts, comment if you have thoughts.
Yeah, please.
Share us with your friends. Tell your friends this is a dope podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube or Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you may go, and do all those things, okay? Thank you. Because I know we get a lot of views, but there's like 2 likes. So you guys got to just click that little heart. Just pause. Click that little heart for me.
Oh, but heaven forbid if they come out of the closet and actually show that they actually support us.
Oh, no. Oh, you mean they can't just like you in DMs? Oh.
Whatever, you do you. We'll always be us. We'll always be us, and we see you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.